To the Sister Now group. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Workshop Wednesday. We're back. And tonight we have a great program for you, a great presentation. And so we just have, after some announcements by our co-founder, Stephanie Montgomery, we're going to move right on to the presentation. So Stephanie, you can go ahead.
Yes. Hello, sisters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to start out with just a brief announcement that on the status of our app, as you know, our sister app is in development. It's in the final stages of development. So we want to let you know that we have a projected app launch date of August 1st. On that date or sooner, you will be able to download Sister Now Sister app to your Android or your iPhone from the Google or Apple Store. Exciting. Yes. So for those of us that don't know what this app is all about, what we will be able to do via this app is to continue everything we've been doing for the last 2+ years in terms of workshops and holding events and connecting with each other in our own safe environment. And added to this will be our own marketplace, where we will house the business products and service on an international level of all of our members. Okay. And also we'll be able to connect and take part in different community service initiatives, hence our tripart business model. So look out for that app. And that being said, we want to move forward with one of our new members and one of our new leaders. Michelle is joining us from Harlem, USA, I believe it is.
Yes, yes, it is.
And there's a little story behind this new sestra. Annette and I had the pleasure of meeting her in person when we presented at a networking event in Harlem. We just randomly were introduced to this event, and we decided to get a table, and we were a vendor there. We had an opportunity to speak and tell women about Sister Now, and we were very well received there. And here comes in the door our new member, Michelle, that recognized us, that's a member and recognized Annette and I. She was so excited to see us, and we were excited to see her. And ever since we met in person, she's been actively participating in our leadership. She is part of our pride. She's been connecting us to women's organizations all over the United States. And we're just so excited to have her. And tonight, you guys have the benefit of hearing from Michelle about how you can get rid of those disrespectful bras. So that being said, I'm gonna, with no further ado, I'm gonna give the mic to Michelle, our sister Michelle. Thank you, Michelle.
I also know AKA the boob fairy.
Yes, yes.
I was waiting for that. Thank you so much, Annette and Stephanie, for having me. It is a privilege and a blessing to be a part of this organization. Let me just say that when I saw you guys in that brownstone, you saw me, I went crazy. But anyway, let's talk about self-care. Self-care is extremely important. That is one of the number one things that we need to be very, very mindful of. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, that's it. As an advocate for women, I'm focused on the things women, just like Sestra's focused on everything about women and connecting women and women in business, just women. I think women are some of the most amazing and phenomenal creatures that God has put on the face of this earth. And I'm here to help us believe that, know it, and understand it. So, bras. I became the boob fairy because, like I am known for saying, bras are disrespectful. Let me tell you why. The traditional bras that we were used to, like the ones when I was coming up, they don't give the support that they say they do, but more importantly, they're uncomfortable. Well, support and comfort are, they go hand in hand. While doing my research, I discovered that not only are bras disrespectful and uncomfortable, in some instances, they are painful. I'm gonna tell you a little story. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I had this bra. This is one of my favorite colors. It was this color, lace, beautiful, gorgeous. It was an underwire bra. The wire poked through the seam. And so I wanted to shove it back in. So I, like a genius, I took the tip off and pushed it back in. It came out again and it scratched the inside of my breast. See, we don't realize how tender this area is. Scratched my breast. And I kept saying to myself, why am I sweating like this? And I put my hand in here to wipe the sweat and it was blood. The underwire had come loose from the seam and it scratched. And being that that area is sensitive, all you need is a little scratch and you are going to get, you know, a decent blood flow. All my life growing up, I've been top heavy. I come from a family of top heavy women. And when you don't have the support of a good bra, let me tell you, there's no such thing, of a good bra, you're going to have back issues. I know because I have back issues. I still have back issues. Let me tell you this. Number one, the underwire bras that were so popular, you know why they were popular? Because they gave us support. They gave us the lift. They look great, but they are very, very dangerous for us. And I'm going to tell you why. That underwire that's underneath here, what it does is it squeezes like that, and it stops the flow of fluids in the breast. That's something that we don't want because, like everything else, that's cancer causing. That pressure that we're putting on here squeezes it, and of course, the blood flow is going to stop. Hazardous. When you are wearing a bra, I'm going to tell you what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get support. You're supposed to be comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you feel confident. Let me tell you something else that you already know. Breast health is extremely important. It's extremely important for a number of reasons. Our breasts feed the world. That's just putting it simply said. We don't want to have issues with our breasts. We should not have issues with our breasts. And continuing to wear traditional bras, you are going to have some issues. One of my worst issues, besides the darn thing attacking me, was the shoulder straps. About 20 years ago, about 20, 25 years ago, I had gotten to the point where I was so frustrated. This was not long after I had my second son. And we know that, you know, our breasts become enlarged when they have milk, and sometimes it just stays enlarged. So for me, that was adding more pressure. And what I mean by more pressure, what began to happen is the weight of the breast weigh you down, because you're not getting the support you need, weigh you down. And what happens is, but you got bad posture. Bad posture, in turn, is a friend of backache. They go hand in hand. You need to be up like this. You need to be sitting up straight. A traditional bra is not going to give that to you. They have shapers, they have this and they have that, they have this and they have that. But the main concern is breast health. So I want to show you something when we talk about breast health. This is why traditional bras are not good for us. Okay. I'm wearing a cami right now, but I want to show you what it looks like when it's not on, if you could see that. You see those are pockets. That is the magic. Because you know what? It doesn't look like it now, but my breasts are flowing free. Because, and I like to make people laugh. I say, you know what? I put this on and I dump the breasts in there. You put it on, you bend over and you dump it in, and your girls are happy, they're free. Now, if you don't want your girls to be roommates, you want them to be neighbors. And what I mean by that is, see how nice and tidy it looks, but they're separated inside here. They're separated inside here. So again, we got free flow. You want your breasts to sit up, because naturally they will. That's another thing about wearing bras. Bras prohibit your breast from understanding you're supposed to sit up. And of course, as we get older, gravity becomes somewhat of an enemy for some of us. But the point of the matter is, the more natural your garment is, the better it is for your breast health. Now with this, the fluid is flowing freely. I'm comfortable. The straps are not digging into my shoulders. Underneath here is not being attacked and squeezed in. It's just sitting, and it's sitting pretty. Also, underneath here, the bras, they cut into all of this, where the lymph nodes and everything is. You know, imagine just being squeezed to death, because that's what bras are doing. They're squeezing the life out of you. Now, when we are active and we're moving around and doing what we do, we like to have that support. See, I'm moving, but they're not. I'm moving and they're not. And let me tell you something. That is the best feeling in the world, because I have been known to tell people, listen, these things are going to cause an accident and knock me and whoever's standing next to me over. Because your breasts are, you know, they'll move. They move. They're moving parts. Not that we don't want them to move, but you know that for us, when they move and you don't have any control over them, it can be painful. We don't want pain. We do not want that. So now, let me tell you how camis promote breast health, other than the pockets and other than the fact that it's made of a material that's breathable. We need to be able to breathe. And this is called a wicking material. So what it does is it keeps you cool in the summer and warm in the winter. I tell everybody, boob sweat is the devil. You know that. It just makes you so uncomfortable because it's got salt in it, it's itching. But let me tell you something. And like I said, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. I went and I said to the doctor, I have got to have a breast reduction. This is ridiculous. And of course, I tried to get it with my medical insurance. They said, no, sister, you're going to have to pay for that. And I said, why? It's a medically necessary procedure. Well, I showed them the scars on my strap, on my shoulders, where the bras had taken the skin off of there. But let me tell you how God works. The sweat was just, it was the devil. It's the devil too. So I used to put baking soda underneath there, baking soda, powder. But something said, you know what? Put some deodorant underneath there. Because I thought in my head that it would stop the perspiration. You understand? And of course, sometimes with perspiration comes odor. I can't stand nothing stink. I'm blind, but my smeller is working well. And what is that? Oh my God, it's you. So I took the deodorant and I put it underneath there. And it got infected. Now, people say, well, how is that a blessing? Because now they had to do the surgery. This combination of the sweat, the friction of the bra, broke the skin and caused an infection. So underneath here was raw. When I say raw, it was raw. It's just like, once I put it on there, the combination of the perspiration and the chemicals in the deodorant started eating away at the skin. And the pressure from the bra didn't help. What it did was help it. And so when I took it off, I said, what is that? It was little pieces of skin. And it was burning. Oh, it was horrible. Went to the emergency room. And at that point, the nurse, this is how God worked, she was top heavy as well. And her and I got to talk, and she said, you know what, I'm gonna see that you're able to have this procedure, and the insurance is gonna pay for it. Lo and behold, she was right. I had the procedure, but guess what? I still couldn't find a comfortable bra, because now what they tell you after the procedure, you're not allowed to wear underwire. That is a blessing. But now I got a reduction, but I'm still top heavy and I still need the support, but I still want to be comfortable. I shopped and shopped and shopped and shopped, and I just gave up. What I did moving forward was fashion my own bra. I took the bra. Some of them have pads on the straps. So what I did was add an ace bandage to it. Just went through all my bras and added an ace bandage to it. That worked maybe about 10, 15 minutes because, of course, it started to rub. It took me decades to find these people. A company called Ruby Ribbon. They make what is called bra replacements. Now, don't get me wrong. There are all kinds of wireless bras. If you notice, the push now is for wireless bras. They weren't, I didn't hear them saying, well, you shouldn't wear wireless bras. Or they said you shouldn't wear wireless bras because they're unhealthy. They're not telling you all of the information about why these things are unhealthy. Because if they did, then you would never buy a wireless bra again, and neither would another woman buy a wire bra. That wire is something else. And you ever see the one I had, the wire was that thick. So imagine what it was doing to my breasts. It was just suffocating. One thing we don't want is to suffocate anything. People say you talk about breasts like they're a living, breathing thing, because they are. These give life. And so we need to treat them a lot better than we treat them. And I know sometimes I know it's not any fault of ours. We didn't have the information, nor did we have the products. With that being said, I encourage all women, and I mean all women, and listen, even women that are not top heavy, do not wear a wire bra. I don't care whether you're a D, a A, I don't care whether you're A to a Q. Wire bras are no good. And I already told you why. And listen, you don't realize it, but they're there cutting off the circulation, cutting off the fluids. And for me, the way I had, as tight as I had mine, I'm surprised I never passed out. I had that thing on so tight because I needed to have the support. And as you can see here with this, I have the support that I need here. It's not cutting underneath here. It's not cutting underneath here. It's not cutting up here. And this is one of the ones I have where the straps cross in the back. I just want to show you. Some of these have what we call shells. This is not one that has a shelf. This one doesn't have a shelf, but it has a border underneath what we call the band. This is called the band. And underneath the band, this is how actually bras are measured. That's a good thing to see. We talk about cup sizes. That's the problem. No. This is where the sizing is supposed to be. When you go to get a custom fit bra, you get measured, don't you? You know why? Because every woman is unique, just like a fingerprint. Every 30 AD is not a 30 AD. But in the store in Victoria's Secrets, yeah, I said it, in Victoria's Secrets and all these other places, all of the 30 ADs and everybody that's a 30 AD is grabbing a 30 AD. Well, the 30 AD that we all pick is not going to fit my 30 AD like it fits your 30 AD. It might fit you fine, but it might give me a bunch of problems. I might have spillage. Because we need to be measured. So we measure underneath here and we measure across. The measurement underneath here is called the band. Now for me, my band is 42. Under here is 42. Up here is 47. So with that being said, when you are bra shopping, when you get a custom fit piece, they take those measurements and they make it from that. Whether you are 36, 38, 34, 30 this, 30 that, this is the measurement underneath here that gives you that number. The cup size, A, B, C, D, and they're all standards. They you know what, they just give you more material. You're still going to be suffocating. You know why? Because each of us is built uniquely. So when you have a garment like this, where the cups are what we call molded cups, it's free flowing. Free flowing. These come in from size 28A, I believe, to 50Q. Now, it's funny. And I saw the miracle of it and I was like, oh, wow. Because I don't care what cup size you are, it's going to fit. You know why? The cups are molded and watch this. They expand. They expand till, I mean, you know, till it runs out of material. It does it because it is a molded cup. It's shaped like, it's got the natural shape of the breast. And all you just do is put them in there. So, ladies, moving forward, I encourage you, and it doesn't have to be ruby ribbon. It doesn't have to be. I suggest that you ditch your bra, ditch the underwire, leave traditional bras in the stores. Get yourself a custom fit piece. They have all kinds of companies now that are coming out with these wireless bras. And then anybody ever ask themselves, why are they pushing wireless so hard all of a sudden? When I was coming up, they didn't have any wireless bras and they weren't pushing wireless bras. The bras that they were pushing when I was coming up, I got my bras from the nuns. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got my bras from the nuns. It was a convent that made bras. They made bras for full size. That's what this is. What we call ourselves top heavy full size. You know, they made bras specifically for that. And let me tell you something. Those things fit like a suit of armor. Mm. The band down here came down here, and now, even though it was wireless, the material didn't give and didn't stretch. So you choke. Now you're really choking. I always wonder, why do I keep feeling lightheaded? And why do I feel like I'm about to pass out? Because the thing was choking the life out of me. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah, we have a few questions.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Annette?
Yeah, Stephanie, if you would check on the live, there are any there, but
I'm having trouble with that, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, you know, it's interesting. I read an article a few years back that said that bras, rather than helping us to keep our breasts firm, they actually make our breasts, they're the reasons why our breasts are so droopy. You know, of course there's age and whatever, but prematurely, because the muscles, like, I guess we were made not to really wear bras because they're not the muscles. So if you notice, like, there's women, you see the women in some African tribes where their boobs are so perky, but they don't wear bras. And so I read that the bras actually weaken the muscles, and that's why they droop. Absolutely. And so you did mention something like that. So I just wanted to know if you could talk a little bit more about that. That's one question. I have another one after.
Well, the thing about it is, you said it all in one word: natural. The reason why those women's breasts sit up like that is because muscle. This is all muscle. So what happens is, when you put it in a bra and don't allow the muscles to strengthen, because see, a cup is all it's going to do is squeeze it. It's not going to give it any free flow. It's not going to allow the muscles to work. When you see those women walking around, the muscles, they're exercising the muscles. And we all know that you have a muscle you don't exercise, you know what it does? Blah, it flops. It's just like not using anything. If you don't use it, then you lose it. Right. So, and I've always found, and I always ask myself, why is it that these women are not wearing bras and their boobs are sitting up just as nice and perky? And then when I joined this company, I found out it's the muscle. The bras do not, they don't help us. They don't help us with the muscle. Our breasts can sit up on their own. Now, just like you said, even Olay with a little time gravity, but not having the bra keeps them free and keeps them free flowing. And not even so much the jiggle part. Because if you notice, those women, when they're dancing, the breasts just go up and down, but they're not slapping them in the eye because they haven't lost elasticity. They haven't lost elasticity. Let me tell you something. I found some fascinating things about breasts, and that was not many, but that was the most fascinating thing, because I went looking. The women are beautiful. Their breasts are beautiful. And I'm saying, well, what's going on with us? We're the civilized ones. Well, no, ladies, we're not. And I say this to you too. If you could walk around without a bra, unless you have something that has a molded cup, if you could walk around without a bra, do it. Please. Because that is going to strengthen your muscle. And when your muscles get straightened in, you know what? Up. You're going to have your boobs close to your chin where you want them to be. I mean, you don't want them right up under here, but you don't want them. I used to tell people, I'm here because I am very, very, very upset seeing these women's nipples drag the ground. It's an exaggeration, but when you think about it, they might as well be, because we have been so conditioned. And we can't go topless. I can't run out the street and go topless. That's not going to end well for me or anybody in my way. So we need to back to self-care. We need to be more mindful of that and treat our breasts better.
Michelle, I do have access to the live. Sorry to interrupt. We're coming close to ending this, but I wanted to read the comments on the live. Did I lose Carol's? Carol commented. Oh, it's not. She commented something about she's a 36B, but she doesn't like camisoles. Is there some other options? Is like they all camisoles only?
No, or we have now. You know what? Real quickly, the reason why I have a camisole on is because I want the back support and I want that tummy control. We have something called a demi-ette. Let me just, and I forgot to have that, but I have it right here. I have it right here. This is what is known as a demi-ette. It's the same thing. It looks like a sports bra.
Okay.
I wear these around the house, but when I'm going out, I want that, we want to smooth down that gut.
You want to be snatched.
Yeah, we want to be snatched.
Yeah.
You know what, for me, the camisole, it makes me sit up. So it relieves a lot of the pressure on my back and the back pain. But Carol, this is a demi-ette. It does the same thing. It just doesn't give you the tummy control.
Go ahead.
Are you looking at the comments?
No, I'm not.
Althea D says, dense breasts are heavy over time. Gravity kicks in. Carol said, wow, now I know why at my age, mine doesn't droop, and I ditched mine over 10 years ago. And Winston says, I love my bra camisoles. I can't really access the other comments, but yeah, that's what it is. Annette, you wanted to say something else?
No, I was just saying, while you're doing this presentation, I loosened my bra. I'm thinking about my posture.
Girl,
and it's like you're talking to me here. You know, you're like it. I'm slumped over, so I'm like, okay, straighten up, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
and when you take it off, just practice sitting up. It's not, but see, for me, if I don't have it on, then I'll slump because that's what I'm so used to. If you can, let those girls live. Let them live. Let them out. Because you know what? What's going to happen is the muscle is going to begin to build. And now for me, I'm 65. I'm going to be 65 in July. It's not happening. I mean, listen, it may.
Doesn't she look amazing?
Right. Listen.
65.
65. Let me tell you something. God is good. So at this age, I'm not trying to run around braless. I'm not. I'm just not. So I'm most of the time, and see, I'm the only woman in the house. So we want to be mindful of the men. And, I went braless one day. The captain said, what happened to you?
The captain is her son, guys.
It was, what happened to you? And I said, okay, well, it's time to put on a demi-ette. But anybody that has any more questions?
Brenda says a demi-ette ain't gonna work for an H cup.
Yes, it will. A demi-ette will work for an H cup. We size from 28A to 50Q. I didn't know there was a such thing as a Q. We got a lot of H cups and a lot of F cups, ladies, and G cups and K cups.
65.
65. Let me tell you something. God is.
Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the delay from the live. So, this was really, really interesting. I'm telling you, I'm working from home, so I'm able to enjoy, like, the bra is disrespectful. There's another title you say, like, divorce your bra or something like that.
Yeah, break up with your bra.
Break up with your bra. Yes, yes,
with your
yes.
bra.
So,
Kick that sucker to the curb.
I'm ready.
Okay.
As soon as we get off here, that's what the first thing we do is pick up the bra.
And I did my research, and 80% of women hate their bras. And so my question is, why are you still wearing it?
Right,
If you hate it that much, find something else. But I know change is hard for a lot of us. So
I'm gonna get my fitting. I'll be in touch about my fitting.
Yes, me too.
And listen, I do virtual fittings. I got everything that you need. So contact me.
Yes, yes. And we're just so grateful to have you as part of our community. Thank you so much for all that you do, for educating us. And, we started a little late, but time is up right now. And as the boob fairy, Michelle Renee, one of our sisters, you can contact with her. She's very active in the community. So just get to know her as we get to know each other. Thank you so much for joining us. And
good night.
Next week, we're actually going to be talking about life after breast cancer. So we're going to be talking to some breast cancer survivors. We're also going to be talking about, we have several sisters who have different struggles. And so that's going to be an interesting discussion, an interesting topic. And from week to week, we're going to be bringing going to continue to bring you educational things. We're going to get back with the financial coaching or the financial education pieces, the health pieces. And so we just want to continue to engage and grow our sisterhood as we move forward.
Yes.
And looking forward to big things in 2023. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome. And I forgot to mention, somebody is going to ask that. We cater to breast cancer survivors.
Okay.
We cater to them. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night now.